Okay, everyone, we're here and we are ready for, or hopefully we're ready for test number 5. So we've done all this stuff about masculine, neuter, and feminine nouns in all the different cases. So let's go ahead and get started. It's time for, test 5. So let's see. First question. Люди не любят говорить, so people don't like to talk. And the options are для проблемы, so for problems, о проблеме, of problems, or about problems, с проблемой, with problems, or без проблем, without problems. Well, obviously, this is just I guess kind of a warm-up. I mean, people don't like to talk about problems. And I'm not sure that's true. I actually know several people who talk about nothing but their problems. But yeah, I guess it's just a test of whether you know the correct preposition. So people don't like to talk about problems. На отдыхе, on vacation, не надо думать, you don't have to think about, or you don't have to think, and then these are all work. So о работе, about work, с работой, with work, в работе, in work, or без работы, without work. Again, it's thinking about something, so it's о работе. You don't have to think about work when you're on vacation. If only that were true. Too many people do still have to think about work on vacation. Okay. Он думает только, he only thinks о деньгах, about money, к деньгам, to money, с деньгами, with money, or о деньги. Again, about money, but the wrong form. So it is about money, but it's not о деньги, it's о деньгах. So there you go. Это моя подруга. This is my female friend, so not girlfriend, but just a friend who's a woman. Я очень часто думаю, I very often think к ней, to her, с ней, о ней, or be. So once again, is it, we think about her, not to her, with her, or without her. Okay. Something ты мечтаешь. So basically, of whom do you dream? Whom are you dreaming about? Is it at someone, of someone, for someone, or with someone? Well, once again, all of these are o. Like the first 5 questions are all just o, thinking or dreaming about someone. Okay, I think this one is obviously different since none of the answers start with o. У меня есть, so I have, старого хорошего друга, старому хорошему другу, старым хорошим другом, or старый хороший друг. So now we start getting into the cases stuff. So it's у меня, so it's genitive, and drug is a masculine noun because it ends in a consonant. So I did go ahead and open up the previous lessons in other browser tabs up here. So we come here to the lesson, this is lesson 22, obviously about masculine and neuter nouns. We want to come down here to the table. I may stop doing this in future videos because I'm still doing this now because I understand we recently learned this stuff, and many of you have probably not memorized this. In fact, I've not memorized it myself. But you do reach a point where you kind of are expected to know this stuff because we're not going to be covering cases and how the adjectives and nouns change with different cases for obviously the rest of these lessons. So at some point in time, the idea is that hopefully you'll just know the correct answers. And if you don't, then you'll probably want to check the table yourself. But for this test, I'll still do this. So so we have genitive, and so it looks like, oh, there we go. It actually says, so for drug, it becomes starovo druga. Is that right, though? That would then suggest the first answer here. Oh, you know what? I'm interpreting this wrong. We don't give this answer because we would give this answer if we were saying that the friend has something, but no, it's actually u меня is the genitive part. So меня is the genitive word for myself, and then after this, jest is just saying there is a friend. There is a friend whom I have. So you actually use the nominative case for this friend. So we don't use the genitive case here. We actually use just the nominative case, in which case it's just drug without any ending, and then stary is the adjective form. So yeah, so it's actually that option there. Stary хороший друг. There we go. Bit confusing there, but yeah, it's not genitive with regard to the friend. It's genitive with regard to me, but the friend is nominative. Okay, я давно знаю. What's давно? I should have translated this ahead of time. I didn't translate any of these, even though I probably should have. So let's see. Я знаю is I know, but what's давно? I used to know? Or, hold on, let me just quickly check. Yeah, I used to know. Okay, long ago I used to know. Okay, so I used to know, and now because we're saying that I know the friend, or I used to know the friend, then if I'm not mistaken, let's see, that would be accusative then, wouldn't it? Yeah, because we're saying I know the friend. So you actually add ovo to the adjective, and then it becomes druga. So starovo druga, which is, yeah, this one here. So starovo хорошего друга, old good friend, in the accusative case. Okay. So here we have s and then dot, dot, dot. Okay, I think this is pretty clearly instrumental. That should be pretty clearly the instrumental case. So instrumental, you add im to the adjective and then to the noun. So that should be then this one, the first one. Is that correct? I believe, pretty sure that's the, yeah. Pretty sure that's the right one. Yeah, there we go. Moim starim хорошим другом. Okay, I believe that that should be the correct one out of these options. So that's, yeah, instrumental case with a masculine noun. Okay, я часто звоню. What is я часто звоню? Again, I'm sorry, I should have probably translated these before I started the video, but I got too lazy and thought it would be easy, which of course I know it's never easy. Why did I think it might be? Okay, I often call. Okay, I see. I often call my old good friend. So this is once again, intuitively I would think this would be accusative, right? Because you're calling the friend. So, is it once again starovo хороший? I don't think so. Hold on, let's see. What do we... I believe the answer here is starому хорошему другу. So the question then is, which case is that? Let's check. Looks like dative. Yeah, it is dative. Okay, it's so it's the dative case. The question then is, why do you use dative? I think I mentioned this in a previous lesson, didn't I? Yeah, if I call the friend, it's dative for some reason and not accusative. I think I said in the previous lesson, I speculated maybe it's because you telephone with the friend. So yeah, if you telephone with someone, if you call someone, it's dative, not accusative. So yeah, so it's dative, and then it becomes старому хорошему другу. Okay, fine. A little bit counterintuitive, but that's fine. У нас никогда не было, so we never had. And then director. Director is masculine. because it ends in a consonant. Let me just quickly check what is Moldovo? Oh, that's young, isn't it? Yeah, we never had a young director. Okay. I think once again, I wanted to say, it seems to me again this should be nominative because the director never was, and so that's the that's the nominative form, right? The director is or was something. If the director was by us, then it should be nominative case, but apparently it is not. Let me see. According to my answers here, it's Moldovo directora. So what case is that? That looks like genitive. Or it could be accusative as well. Not clear whether that's genitive or accusative. Could be either one. Oh, didn't we cover in a previous lesson if you say there is not? Oh, what lesson was that? This was already quite a while ago that we said if you're saying there is not something, then it's actually it paradoxically becomes genitive. Gosh, I don't remember what lesson number that was now because it was already a while ago. But yeah, if you're saying that there isn't something, then it becomes genitive for reasons that seem a bit confusing. But yeah, the answer I have here is Moldovo directora. So that's probably because it becomes genitive because it's nie było. Okay. Weird. Does that say anything about that here? If you look at... Yeah, see, under genitive there, prepositions, it says niet. So, yeah, and you can see also in the upper right there, niet krasnova vina. So if you're saying there's none of something, we never had a young director, so there's never been one, then it becomes genitive. That's a bit, that's definitely a bit confusing. It's not really something that you would expect, but okay. Well, that's what it is. So. It is what it is. All right, so, okay, so now this should be pretty unambiguously instrumental. So let's see. So again, the adjective adds im, and then you add or yem to the noun. So that should then be this one, right? Molodim directorom. And I believe that is correct. Yeah, that's the right answer. So yeah, s molodim directorom my możemy говорить обо всем. So with the young director, we can talk about everything. Okay, cool. I guess the young director is a cool guy, even though we never had one. Okay, and once again, so this is... Yeah, it's the formation. The sentence formation here is a bit confusing because it says the young director needs to work a lot. So that he can become an old director, if I understand that right. Is that what this is? I think that's what this is saying. But let me just check. That's actually, yeah, exactly. The young director, нужно много работать, needs to much work. Чтобы is a word that I don't think we've covered this yet. Is there a lesson on this later? We haven't covered this word, but this is actually kind of an important word. It basically means so that, or in order to... So this part here says stat, become, starym direktorom, old director, and then чтобы means, so basically the way that the sentence forms in English is need to work hard so that you can become an old director. So yeah, чтобы means in order to, or such that you can. Yeah. Anyway, but the thing is, this part here is actually dative. So basically, in English, you would say the young director needs to work hard. He would be the subject of the sentence, and therefore the that would be in the nominative case. But in Russian, if you say somebody needs something, then it basically becomes dative. So like the usual form in Russian, if you say I need something is мне нужно, мне нужно. So basically it's necessary to me. To me it's necessary to do this or to have this. So we go for dative, and yeah, we see with dative you add omov to the adjective or adjectives, and then u to the noun, and you end up with молодому директору. Let me just quickly double check and make sure that that makes sense. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, молодому директору. Okay, fine. So, moving on. Number 13. Многие девушки в офисе думают о... Okay, so many girls in office think about the young director. I guess the young director is attractive, and the girls have nothing better to do than just dream about him all day. So, o is prepositional, and so you should add or yem to the adjective, and then ye to the noun. So that would then become молодом директоре, if I am not mistaken. And I believe that I am not mistaken, but of course I wouldn't. A person who doesn't realize they're mistaken doesn't think that they're mistaken. Okay, раньше без young director было трудно работать. So what's раньше again? I know it's quite difficult really to master a language when you still struggle over these simple everyday terms. I should know by now what раньше means, but somehow I keep forgetting. Yeah, раньше means it used to be. So it used to be, without the young director, difficult to work. Okay. And bez means, bez means without, but what case does it invoke? Bez invokes the genitive case, so you should add then ovo to the adjective and to the noun. So that would then mean it's the correct answer is молодого директора. Let me just quickly check that and make sure that that is correct. Yeah, молодого директора. That looks correct to me. Okay. Сотрудники ходят к something без страха. So сотрудник is trainee, isn't it? Or was it employee? It's either coworker or trainee or something like that. Let me check here. What does this translate into? Yeah, it's employees. So, okay, and stracha is fear. I get it. Okay, so employees, сотрудники, employees, ходят к, go to the young director, без страха, without fear. So they're not afraid of him because he's not a cranky old guy. He's an empathetic young guy who will listen to your complaints with an open ear. But the question is, what case is к? Well, it's dative. Hopefully we know that that's dative by now. And then the final question is, what happens with the adjective and the noun in dative? You add omu to the adjective and u to the noun, and you end up with молодому директору. Let me just double check that. I'm so uncertain of these because there are so many gotchas and things like that in Russian, even though this one's pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure that's correct. I just want to check that quickly before I go on. Yeah, it's молодому директору. Okay, that is correct. Okay. Врач говорит, что something очень полезно. So, Krasное vino, red wine. Don't confuse this with krasivy. So krasny means red, and I guess because red was seen as a beautiful color, they based the word for beautiful on it, and so the word for beautiful is krasivy or something like that. So doctors say, so vraci, doctors say that, что means what, but in this case it also means that as sort of a connecting word, like let it be known that, or he said that, or I think that. So doctors say that red wine очень полезно. It's very useful. Red wine is very useful. Well, since the red wine is it's the subject of the sentence here, the red wine is useful. It should be in the nominative form, right? So nominative form for something like that, it should be just krasное вино, right? So that should be, unless I'm mistaken, that should be the correct answer. And yes, I think I'm right. Okay. And here we have more krasное вино, and it starts with K, so it's dative. So dative becomes krasnому вину. So we can just go ahead and select that there. To red wine goes мясо, сыр, meat and cheese. I guess it means meat and cheese goes well with red wine, but literally to red wine goes meat and cheese. Well, let me just quickly check. Podhodit. I mean, chodit is like to go, so podhodit is that like to go well, like to fit together well? I know chodit, but I'm not quite sure about podhodit. Yeah. To suit something or to fit together well with something is, so to red wine goes well, meat and cheese, especially in France, I guess, in the stereotypical sort of French culture. Oh, and speaking of France, Franzusi, French people, what's the, actually I don't even know in English the demonym for French people. I mean, the French. I mean, people from Germany are Germans, people from Italy are Italians, but what are people from France? Francophones is somebody who speaks French, not necessarily somebody who is from France. Actually, I don't even know the demonym for, I mean, the French. You can just say the French, but would you say a French? I mean, what's the plural then? I guess the French. The French, Franzusi, не могут жить без. So the French don't want to live without red wine. And без is again genitive, so it should be, as you can see in the upper right there, krasnovo vina. It's pretty straightforward. It gives you the answer right there. Krasnovo vina. Number 19. Я читал много книг о... I read many books about red wine. Okay, this whole red wine theme is getting a little bit silly now. You read many books about red. I mean, I sometimes look at a glass of red wine myself, but I can't say I've read many books about it. But okay, o, so it's prepositional, right? So, o krasnom vinie. So there we go. That should be the correct answer there. Okay. And is, so from red wine, we haven't seen is very much. What case does is invoke? Looks like it's genitive, so it should be krasnovo vina. There we go, krasnovo vina. Believe that's correct. And what does the text say? Is krasnovo vina. So from red wine... можно, it's possible to приготовить is like to prepare something, like to cook something or make a food in the kitchen. I don't know, Glintwein is... The translation I'm getting here is mulled wine. Is that like Glühwein in German? So in you know how in Germany, when it's Christmas time, they have that Glühwein, which I think is even known by that name in English-speaking countries because it's sort of a German innovation, and it's like that mulled kind of wine that you drink and it warms you up because it has all those heavy spices in it. Maybe that's what I guess that's what this is. It's called apparently Glintwein in Russian. Okay, did not know about that, but yeah, I guess it's made from red wine. So this is saying from red wine you can make Glühwein or mulled wine. Okay, moving on. Не надо пить водку, so you don't need, it's not necessary to drink vodka with red wine. Yeah, I don't know if those pass very well together. I mean, I'm not very good with alcoholic drinks, but I don't think vodka passes with red or fits together with red wine quite very well. Okay, anyway, it's so it's instrumental, so it should be then s krasnym vinom. So here we go, s krasnym vinom. 22. Oh, we switched away from red wine finally. Now it's about our house. Наш дом is our house. Был построен 215 Russian. I think 200 is 200, isn't it? And then 50 is 50, I think. Лет назад. It's saying that our house was something, so I believe that the house should be the subject of the sentence, and therefore in the nominative case, let me just quickly translate the text after the ... there. Byl is obviously was. Yeah, it does say was built 250 years ago, literally, like the word for word translation is was built 250 years ago. So our house is the subject here, and so it really should be just, unless I'm greatly mistaken, it should be just наш дом, because these others are inflected forms for when the house is not just the regular object of the sentence. So okay, and then so our house has something. That should be genitive, if I'm not mistaken. And then it should be нашего дома. Or not нашего дома. So у нашего дома богатая история, great history. Our house has great history. Okay. Wait, is bogataya great? Because I think great is like great in the sense of grand, like fantastic is usually veliki. Oh, bogataya is rich. Okay, our house has a rich history. Okay, fine. All right. Много людей хотели купить. So many people want to buy our house, and intuitively I would say that should be then accusative, because buy the house is then the direct target of the verb, right? So accusative, you then whoops. I would say then it should be нашего дома, but for some reason apparently it's still наш дом. Now why is it the nominative case? I mean, the house here is actually the object of the sentence, not the subject. People want to buy our house. So the house should be rendered not in the nominative form as far as I can tell. I really have no idea why the site thinks it's наш дом. I almost want to say that that's an error, but I think there have been cases in the past where I've been quick to assume that the site is an error when actually I was the one who was wrong because I didn't understand how some rule works. So I don't know, can't comment on that. Seems wrong to me, but I'm pretty sure that the answer the site is expecting is nasz dom. Don't know why, it seems wrong to me. What do I know? Rядом с, okay, so nearby our house. So рядом с is, yeah, here it's instrumental. So, Nashim domom should then be Nashim domom, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So nearby our house, находится большой парк, something big park. What's находится? Let's see what this means. Oh, is, or is located. Okay, so in the vicinity of our house is located a big park. Okay, that's fine. And it is Nashim domom. So, makes sense. Okay, about our house. So, o is a prepositional, so it should be o nashom domie. Nashiem domie. So, o nashiem domie даже писали книги. About our house were written books? Really? These people must live in a pretty resplendent house if everybody wants to buy the house. And I mean, I realize that the house probably has some history, as they said before, but oh, даже means even. Okay, even in the sense of they even wrote books about the house. So, okay, so about our house, даже писали книги, even wrote books. Doesn't say, there's no subject in the sentence. I mean, in English you could say, about our house, even books were written, or even books were written about our house. Yeah, okay, the sentence structure is a bit strange. The sentence structure seems a bit strange to an English speaker, but yeah, literally, about our house, even written books. Okay. They must have a really fancy house, as I say. But anyway, yeah, it's prepositional case, so it is о нашем доме. Anyway. Люди говорят, что без our house город будет другим. So people say that without our house, the city would be different. I guess that's probably true. I think any city is different if you start removing buildings from it. But без is genitive, so it should once again be нашего дома, right? Here we go, нашего дома, because it's the genitive case. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, good. Still about our house. Дети и внуки тоже живут в. So, children and vnuki. What is vnuki? Vnuki is that, oh, grandchildren. Okay, children and grandchildren also live in our house. And because we're reporting we're using in to report the location of someone, this should be not accusative, but rather prepositional. So it should be, again, нашем доме. Нашем доме, because it's prepositional case. Yeah, it is нашем доме, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Туристы подходят к our house и фотографируют его. So tourists go to our house and photograph him. So k is dative, so let's see. For dative, it should be нашему дому. And here's naszemu domu. That should be right for the dative case. Okay, and now we come to novoi sotrudnicy, the new employee, if I'm not mistaken. So pozna. I don't know what the first word there is, but assuming that I'm assuming that this is in the nominative case because it implies that this is something. Apparently, poznakomties is it just says meat. So I know that in English sometimes you say meet the neighbors or meet the parents or whatever, but I think when you're introducing people, you don't just say meet Tom or meet Jim. You usually say this is the new employee, but here it just says meet, it's new employee. Okay. Anyway, I want to say that this, again, I want to say this should be nominative because it says this is the new employee. So the trick is, though, that the word here is not masculine. It's sotrudnitsa, which is feminine. So it's, yeah, so it should be this one here, novaya sotrudnitsa. This is the new employee, nominative case. I believe that that's correct. Let me just quickly check here. This is feminine nouns and adjectives in all cases. How do they describe this here? Nominative, yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The adjective ends in a or aya, and then the adjective ends in ya, and then the noun typically ends in a or ya as well. So, novaya sotrudnitsa. Fine. Ooh, so here we have, oh, sorry, I clicked on the masculine and neuter one again. Here we go. Ooh, genitive, so it should then be, you should have oi on the, adjective, and then I or e on the noun. So that would then lead me to suspect that this one and this one both have oi, but then you want to have the one with e on the noun at the end, so it should be this one, right? Believe that one is correct. So, у новой сотрудницы большой опыт работы. And so the new employee has big what? Oh, experience. Большой опыт работы. Great work experience. Okay, interesting. All right, Mark познакомился so it's a different word. This was познакомтесь, which was to meet, but this is познакомился. So okay, let me just quickly first fill in the answer. So it's so it should be instrumental. So instrumental should be then oi on the adjective, and then oi or you or ye for the boy, that's not very helpful. It gives you several options, but okay, let's see what we have here. Oh boy, it could be any of these. Okay, I think it's this one, right? It should be novoi sotrudnice, according to yeah, that looks like, wait, is that right? It's kind of hard to tell sometimes because there are so many possibilities based on the based on what word it is. But I believe, yeah, it's novoi sotrudnice. I believe that's correct. Okay, so then the question is, what does poznakomился mean? Let me quickly find out. Oh, met, past tense. Okay, Mark met with the new co-worker. Okay, Boy, that was a lot of to do for such a simple sentence. Все коллеги только и говорят о... Oh, wow. All colleagues only talk about the new employee. She must be really something. Okay, so it's o, so prepositional should be oi, either oi or ye for the adjective, and then ye or e for the noun. So let's see. Okay, that appears to be then this one. Novoi sotrudnice. That seems like the only option which fits, and I believe that, yeah, I believe that is the correct answer. Okay. Мы приготовили сюрприз. Okay, we are preparing a surprise for the new coworker, the new employee. Oh boy, that sounds a bit. I hope that means that she has a birthday or something, and they're preparing something nice, like a surprise birthday party. Could be anything. We don't know. Anyway, dlia. Dlia is actually a word we haven't seen very often in these lessons yet, but you can see here dlia is genitive. So again, it should be oi and e. Or I. So oi and probably then this one, right? Novoi. Yeah, I believe that's the one. So we prepare a surprise for the new coworker. Okay, сегодня наш директор видел. So the director saw the new coworker. This should then be accusative, right? He saw her. That means accusative is, yeah, you add you to the adjective and then u or you to the noun. So it should be this one, right? Новую сотрудницу. Yes. Today our director saw the new coworker. Okay. And now we come to some items about Красная площадь, which of course is Red Square. So, Red Square is obviously in the center of Moscow, and since in this form it is the subject of the noun, it's saying Red Square is in the center of Moscow, we just use the regular nominative form, which is just Красная площадь. You don't have to do anything, nothing fancy, nothing more than just regular nominative form for this one. Okay, туристы всегда гуляют по... So, tourists always go... Wait, гуляют. What's гуляют? I know I've seen this word before. I should know what it is, but somehow I do not. Somehow it seems like a word that... Oh, walk. Okay. Or stroll. Okay. Tourists always stroll to or on Red Square. So it's по... So Красная площадь is feminine, if I'm not mistaken. По is then it's not prepositional, is it? No, it's dative. That's right. По is dative. So we should have then Красной Oh, here we go. You can see the second line there is about Красная площадь. So it's Красной площади. Which would then be this one, right? That should be the, believe that's the correct answer. Okay, tourists always stroll on Red Square. Есть много книг о... Okay, there are many books about Red Square. So, о is prepositional, so Красной площади. So it should be this one, right? Красной площади, which I think was the same. Yeah, both of these are the same. Yeah, both 37 and 38 are Красной площади. Okay, there are many books about Red Square. Number 39, Martin купил открытки. So Martin bought what's открытки? He bought open Red Square. Oh no, открытки is a postcard. Okay, he bought a postcard with red square. Okay, с is then instrumental, so it should be Красной площадью. Красной площадью. That should be right. Is that correct? I believe that that is correct. So, Martin bought a postcard with red square. Moving on. Завтра на something, на red square будет парад. Okay, tomorrow on red square will be a parade. So, на is, in this case, it should be prepositional because it's reporting the location of something. So, на Красной площади. На Красной площади. Pretty straightforward. Seems like the only option that fits the prepositional case. So, на Красной площади. Done. Olga с Петром идут на... So, Olga with Peter walked on red square. Is this once again... hold on. I think this is a kind of a trick question because yeah, it's a bit can be a bit confusing because so okay. The sentence says Olga and Peter walked on red square. Or no, it says na red square. Now, this has two possibilities. You could say this in the, I believe you could say this in the prepositional case, and then it would mean that they were walking on red square. But you could also use it in the accusative case to mean that they walked on to red square. So they weren't on red square before, but then they walked on to it. Russian doesn't have a word like the English onto. Instead, just as in German, by the way, you use the case to indicate whether you mean they were already on it and they were walking on it, or did they walk on to it. So this could be either one. It's actually not really clear from the context. Did they walk onto red square, or were they already on red square and just walking around it? But according to the answer I have here, I think they expect you to assume the accusative case, meaning that they walked on to red square, in which case then it's Красную площадь. So, Красную площадь. Wait, no, I have... that's not even the answer I have here. Wait, hold on. I have a completely different answer here. Okay, hold on. Let me try and make sense of this, because something is just not making... something is not making sense here at all. So, the answer I have here is... wait, is that right? Oh, that is it. Sorry, it is Красную площадь. Площадь. That's right. Okay, so it is Красная площадь. So it is then accusative case. So it's assuming, it's saying that they walked onto red square, not that they were already on red square walking around. Okay, sorry for the confusion. These even simple little things like that can get very confusing if you. And again, I don't know how you're supposed to know that. How do they expect you to know that it's accusative and not prepositional? It seems like it could be both. Anyway, они были везде, кроме. Okay, so they were. They were what? Hold on, let me quickly find out. Oh, везде is everywhere, and кроме is except. So they were everywhere except red square. They went everywhere in I guess in Moscow except red square. Seems like bad tourist planning, because red square is like the one thing that everybody wants to see in Moscow. So кроме is a preposition we have not seen very much, if at all, in these lessons. So I actually don't know. What does кроме... what case does... Okay, кроме is genitive, so it should be Красной площади. First one here. Krasnoi ploshadi. That, I'm guessing, I believe that should be the correct answer. Yeah, they were everywhere except Red Square. Okay. Извини, но я не интересуюсь. Oh, I thought this was still about Red Square. No, this is now about your problems. Твои проблемы. So, or твоя проблема, your problem, singular. So, what are we... Oh, I don't think this is plural because plurals come later. We learn about plural cases in lesson 26, which we haven't had yet. So, so this is probably then just singular, your problem. What do we... this is a form that we haven't really covered very well, have we? I believe this is then... Gosh. Or maybe it is your problems, but then... Is this really problems and not problem? No, I think it's just problem. Okay, but then why... I'm confused. Sorry for the... I just want to make sure that I say the right thing before I start trying to jump to a conclusion. I don't want to just jump to a conclusion about what this is because something doesn't seem right here. So I believe, according to my notes, the correct answer here is... the first one, твоей проблемой. The only thing I'm seeing here which seems to fit that... Oh, you know what? I'm looking at... This is... Tvoi is a possessive pronoun. I should be looking at lesson 25. Duh. Of course, it's lesson 20... yeah, it's lesson 25 because this is not an adjective. This is a possessive pronoun. So, okay, let's look here under lesson 25. Твоей is then... Okay, well, we have several letters tvoye, so let's look at tvoye with oi on the end. Okay, it looks like instrumental. Yeah. Okay, I don't know where... Did we learn at some point in time that this is instrumental? Because it's basically saying, sorry, but I'm not interested in your problems. But it's not really clear why it's instrumental case. This isn't a form of instrumental case, which I think we studied very well. But okay. Well, that's what it is. So it's instrumental case, couldn't tell you why. Извини, но мне не интереснее... Okay, so... Here it's saying I'm not interested in your problems, and so that invokes instrumental case. But here now we have мне не интересно, so it's dative to me. Мне is in dative case. The question then is, what do you do with the... looks like here it's just singular. Tvoi, yeah, it's because, yeah, so here we go. So this is just... Tvoya problema. So here the problem is the subject. This the sentence says basically your problem does not interest me, and so the problem is then in nominative form. The problem does not interest me. To me is not interesting your problem. So мне is dative, and then tvoya problema is just nominative. Boy. Извини, но это... Okay, excuse me, but it is your problem. And once again, this should then be твоя проблема, because you're just saying it is your problem. So it's no... The problem is just... It is what it is. It is nominative form. Okay. Извините, но я не думаю о... Okay, now this is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's о. So it's... prepositional, and let's not forget to check the possessive pronouns section. So it's твоє проблем'є. Твоє проблем'є. According to this table here, anyway. Извини, но я не буду решать. Sorry, but I will not. What's решать? Solve? Sorry, but I won't solve your problem. Oh, decide or address. Okay, sorry, but I'm not going to address your problem. Okay. Is this question then, is this accusative? The sentence structure suggests accusative. I address your problem. If we assume that it's accusative, then it should be твою проблему. So there we go. There is a твою проблему. I believe that's the case. Yeah, I'm not going to address your problem. So I address your problem is then, or I do not address your problem is accusative case. The problem is the direct recipient of the verb. Okay, извини, но я не буду помогать тебе. Okay, in your problem. This is actually a sentence structure which is definitely. Let me just quickly get a translation of the sentence structure here is definitely confusing. Yeah, so it says я не буду, I will not, помогать, help you in your problem. If it was with your problem, then I would say pretty clearly a case of the instrumental case. But in your problem, is that then again accusative or is it prepositional? It's kind of hard to say because it could be, yeah, because the sentence structure is, let me just quickly check what that is because I really don't know what form this takes. Okay, it looks like it's твоє проблем'є. Okay, it's твоє проблем'є. So what case is that? It's, is that prepositional? Dative and prepositional are identical for the, so I actually don't know. I actually don't know which one it is. Is it prepositional or is it dative? It could be either one. Probably prepositional because the is not listed under dative here. The form is identical in dative, but it's not. It doesn't under the prepositions for dative. It doesn't list the. So I'm going to guess that it's probably prepositional. So okay. So there you go. Sorry, but I will not help you in your problem. Seems to invoke prepositional case. Okay. And finally, у меня нет. I do not have your problem. Again, the answer here I need to look up because I don't know. I guess it's genitive, right? It's probably genitive. У меня нет. Sounds like it should be genitive. And I think, yeah, твоей проблемы. That should be correct. So it should be, yeah, this one here. Твоей проблемы. There we go. Yeah, that was it. Wow, that almost took an hour. All right, let's take a look at the results here. Yeah, so I mean, they're all correct, but wow, it's really, some of these are not simple. And a couple of these, like 2 or 3 of these, I think were quite counterintuitive. But if you want to review, here are the answers. So man, 49 questions. Wow, that was a long one. I think that might have been longer than previous tests. Or did it just feel like it was longer? I don't know. It felt longer than other tests, but maybe that's just because it was more difficult. So, okay, I'll scroll through the correct answers one last time, rather slowly, so that people can pause the video and take notes and take a look if they want to. Man, that was a lot of questions. That was a big test. Anyone who passed that test without looking up some of the answers really is definitely doing very well, I think. Okay, well, that was it. Test 5. I'll just leave it at that. No more from me. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that you're still with us and still and that things are still making sense. And yeah, we'll see you in future Russian lessons. Until then, до свидания.